Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Now today's video is going to be my everyday makeup routine, but I'm also going to be talking about each product that I'm using and why I like to use it. So I've kind of incorporated two videos into one because this is going to be my everyday beauty favourites, but also a tutorial on how I like to apply them. So I really hope you guys enjoy. So first off, for primer, I love to use the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. Now this primer is great. It has an ingredient called glycerin in it, which basically when you apply it to your face is very tacky. So it basically will make your makeup stick to it, which is why I love using it so much as a primer. It's also very moisturising. Obviously it's supposed to be an aftershave balm. I don't think you can go wrong with this. It's only about £4 or £5 as well, so again very affordable. So I love to use this on a daily basis because it's not too expensive. It does the job. It does make your makeup last a lot longer, and your makeup will not move throughout the day when you've got this on, and it's just a great moisturising primer. So I really love this product. Just onto foundation, I love to use the L'Oreal Infallible Sculpt foundation. Now this is basically supposed to be a contouring base, so it's got a quite light coverage, but I personally quite like light coverage on an everyday basis because I find if you wear a heavy coverage foundation and once you've got all the rest of the products on your face, it can look quite cakey. But if you have a light coverage foundation, you can always add that extra bit of coverage if you need it with concealer. So personally I love to use a foundation like this on an everyday basis because it's not too heavy, it doesn't look like you've got a lot of makeup on, and it's very natural. This is in the shade 01 Clear Light, and it's supposed to adapt to your skin colour. I'm not quite sure if it does that, but when I'm not tan, this is the perfect shade for me. I would say it does oxidise slightly though, so after a few minutes of it on or hours, it does go slightly darker, so just keep that in mind when you're looking for your shade. But yeah, I love this foundation. On to concealer, I either use the Bourjois Healthy Mix Concealer or the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. Now these concealers are very similar. The Bourjois one is slightly more expensive but still very affordable. These are great concealers. The Bourjois one is slightly more yellow toned and it's slightly darker, which means it does kind of counteract the purple underneath your eyes better. So that's why I really like to use one under my eyes. But the Collection one is also very good at coverage, and it does brighten up your face a lot, so it's really good for highlighting the face too. So these are definitely two of my favourite concealers. The concealer I'm using in this video is the Bourjois one, just because I felt like I needed to correct them under eye circles. I apply my foundation and my concealers with a beauty blender. This isn't actually the beauty blender, it's the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, but they're pretty much the same thing. I just use this when it's damp, so I run it under cold water and rinse it out so that it's quite damp to the touch, and this is great for blending in your foundation because it doesn't cake up at all. Next, on setting powder, on an everyday basis it has to be the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I always go on about this, but it's because I love it so much. It does keep you matte throughout the day. Sometimes I will look a bit oily at the end of the day, but if you touch up, that will work perfectly fine. This is really good at its job. It's very affordable. It's only about £4 or £5 I think, and yeah, it's just keeps you matte throughout the day, keeps your makeup on, so what more would you want from a setting powder? I like to apply my setting powder with this Real Techniques setting brush because I think it's quite small, so it's perfect to get right under the eyes so that you don't have any under eye creasing. Next, on to contour. Now I don't contour on an everyday basis. If I want to make a bit more of an effort one day, then I will contour, and this is the Maybelline Master Contour, and I love this. I just used the brown side for contouring, and I used a little bit of the highlight side for highlighting my nose, but I really love using this. I find contouring doesn't really take that long, so most days I will contour, but I won't go ham on it. I'll only apply a little bit to make it look quite natural, but I do really love how this looks, and I do have a first impressions on this and the foundation that comes with it, so I will leave that link down below because obviously I go into a lot more detail on the product then. I really like to rub in my contour with my Real Techniques contour brush. It's got a nice tapered edge, and it's just really nice to get into them hollows of your cheeks, and it's very good for blending cream products. For brows, I love to use the Barry Brow Kit. This is the Shape and Define one. I think they still sell this. It may look a little bit different because this one is pretty old, but it works a dream. I use a mixture of the light and the brown shade, so I love this brow kit. I do have a full brow tutorial, so leave that link down below. So if obviously that video is going to be more in depth, so if you want to know more about my eyebrows, then go and check that video out. I always set my eyebrows with the Miss Sporty clear mascara. This one's a bit yucky because it obviously has brow product in it, which is so gross. This works really, really well to set your brows. It keeps them in place all day, and I really struggle to find a kind of setting product for my brows that isn't too tinted. So yeah, I really love to use this. Now for bronzer, lately I've really been loving using this L'Oreal Paris Glam Bronze. Now this is basically a cushion bronzer. I also have a first impressions of this, and I'll leave that link down below too. But I absolutely love this because it's like a liquid in a sponge. It looks very natural on the skin and blends out really nicely into your foundation. So I usually apply this before I powder, or I just powder certain parts of my face, then I'll apply this, and then I'll powder the rest of my face to make sure it's all set. When I apply this, I either apply a bronzer over the top, or if I feel I'm already looking bronzed enough, I'll just set it with my Stay Matte powder, and that works perfectly fine. So I've been absolutely loving this on an everyday basis, and it's such a good little compact as well, very good for travel. So I've really been loving this lately. Blush, most days I do actually wear the same blush, and this is the Rimmel Soft Colour Blush in the shade Pink Rose. Now this is just such a nice neutral shade. It goes with any eye look, any lipstick, and you can't really go wrong. It's about £4, so very affordable. The product lasts quite a long time as well. It's kind of like a neutral pinky shade, so very natural on the skin. It's got a slight bit of shimmer to it, but nothing major at all. But I absolutely love this blush. I also really like to apply my blush with the Real Techniques blush brush. Yeah, it is a blush brush. I also sometimes use this for bronzer as well, obviously depending whether I'm using a liquid or a powder bronzer. Next, on to highlight. I love to use the MAC Soft and Gentle highlight. This is definitely my favourite highlight of all time. It's got such a nice kind of champagne colour to it, but it also has that pop of pink in it. It's so beautiful and looks so nice on the high points of your face, so on your cheekbones, your nose and your cupid's bow, and I also like to put it on the inner corner of the eye and the brow bone. I also really love to use this as kind of a eyeshadow on the lid. It's just a really easy way to have a really nice eye look, but you don't have to buy any extra products because you could just use this as your eyeshadow. The crease today, I use this Avon Glow bronzer. Now this is also a really nice bronzer for the face, but I also really love putting it in the crease because it's very natural, and it just looks really nice. It just adds like a bit of like depth into your eyes, so kind of like brings them out a bit as well. So yeah, I really love using this as the crease, and again you can use this as your bronzer or your eyeshadow, so again a very kind of multitasking product. Next, onto mascara. I have moved back to one of my old favourites, and this is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. Do need to get a new one as this one is running out, but I think next time I'm going to get the waterproof one, as obviously I'm going away next week. And when this video goes up, I will be in Turkey. Very exciting. But I do love this mascara. I love how it has like a curved wand, so it's really easy to get into the lashes. Sometimes I do also like to use the Natural Collection mascara. This is the Lash Build one. This is literally like £2, and it's a really good mascara. This is the first mascara that I ever used, and I still love it now. For lips, I'm using this MAC lip liner in the shade Chicory. I normally use my Rimmel Exaggerate lip liner in the shade Addiction, but I've just run out of it, so I'm having to move back to my MAC one, but I do want to get another drugstore one because I don't use this product on an everyday basis. But that lip liner goes very well with the MAC lipstick in this lipstick, but there is a reason for it. It's absolutely beautiful. Obviously it's what I've got on now, and the combo of the shade Velvet Teddy. Now loads of people go on about lip liner and this lipstick. It's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Also, it's filmed in a slightly different place in my bedroom. Obviously I have my bed in the background. Normally I'm sitting in front of my desk, but I think from now on I'm going to film hauls and like favourites videos here because, I don't know, it's a bit different, isn't it? Something different. So yeah, thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. It really does mean a lot. I'm going to be away when this video goes up, so I'm sorry there's only going to be one video for the next few weeks, but when I get back from holiday I'm going to be on it with the videos because I'm going to be filming a lot on holiday as well, like get readies with me and outfit of the days and stuff like that. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.